welcome back to this final class of this series to build strength through the yoga practice. This is part 6, in which we work through an integrated full body flow. We're going to take snippets out of all the previous classes and combine them in a full body flow. Doesn't mean we can pick all of them. It's just too much. If you liked some of them, feel free to put together your own little flows and continue to practice even after this series. We got plenty of other classes for you to do, full body flows, yin classes, maybe yin classes to recover after such a strength series. Yeah, great to have you here. Let's dig right into it. We used a block throughout the series. If you have one handy, I'm not going to cue to it throughout this class, but if you remember, I had the block in between my hands, or I had the block in between my legs, or I used the block to make things easier or harder for me, feel free to integrate it into your practice. We're going to move mindful, not too fast, but still strong. All right, let's get started in hero's pose at the back of the mat. Sitting back onto your heels, and then letting the hands come onto your thighs, palms face up or down. Sitting up tall through the spine as you close down through your eyes. And just let yourself arrive here on the mat. Notice the sounds around you. Sounds inside the room that you're in. Drawing awareness closer to who you are. Noticing your breath. Noticing the frame of your body as you sit here. And then begin to unite these two. Uniting your breath with your body. Mindfully elongating the inhale and exhale just slightly. Establish an even breath that you feel like you can maintain throughout practice. Even inhale, even exhale. And then gather the hands at the center of the heart. And commitment to yourself. Commitment to the time that you took, but also gratitude of all the things you've done before that led you to this very moment. Now allowing yourself to be here, making a commitment to your own body, to your own breath, uniting the two in all shapes and forms, no matter how challenging. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, open mouth, let it go. And slowly blink open your eyes. And make your way forward into tabletop position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we begin with a couple cat and cow. Cows on the inhale, let the belly drop, let the heart draw forward as you look up. And on the exhale, draw the belly button into the spine, dome the back and tuck the chin in. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to draw everything back in. Continue to move with your breath. Inhale to come forward, shoulder blades draw together. Exhale to draw the belly button into the spine, dome the back and tuck the chin in. Just 2 more rounds. Warming the spine up. Come back to a neutral spine position. Slide your toes under. Move your hands slightly forward of your shoulders and then press into the palms. Push your hips back towards your heels. And then as you press into the palms, begin to float the knees off the ground. Just an inch. And you're coming into this child's pose setup with the knees hovering off the floor. Bums close towards your heels. Keep pressing the palms down. elbows relatively straight, not relatively straight, move them towards straight, and then wrap the outer triceps back. Take one more breath in. Exhale, move your legs towards straight, lift the hips up, knees lift up, downward facing dog. And we continue through a little warm-up flow that is, I stole it from my teacher Noel, and it's called Around the World. And next inhale, roll forward into plank pose. Let the shoulders arrive over the wrists. And on the exhale, soften the knees down towards the floor, but hover them off the ground. Don't lower them all the way down. And on the inhale, push the hips back close to the heels, coming into this child's pose with knees off the ground. Exhale, straighten your legs, downward facing dog. Let's continue with this. Inhale to roll forward, plank pose. Exhale to lower the knees down to hover. Inhale to push the hips back close to your heels. Exhale, straighten your legs down dog. Let's go for 3 more rounds. Inhale to roll forward. Exhale to lower down to hover. Inhale to push the hips back. Exhale to straighten the legs. 2 more rounds on your own. Letting your breath determine how fast you move. And then we meet in downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, we're going to reverse it. So let the knees drop down to hover, bum comes low. And on the inhale, push forward into plank, straighten the legs. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips pull up and back. And hips and knees lower down. Inhale to push forward plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 more rounds on your own. Two more rounds. Using the power of your legs, keep pressing the floor away. Stable through the shoulder girdle. Downward facing dog is where we meet. And then begin to lift up high into the tippy toes. Tiptoe your way all the way to the front of the mat. Once you arrive, take a halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold back over your legs. And then soft bend in the knees, slowly begin to roll up through the spine, 1 vertebra at a time. And as you come all the way up, next inhale, reach your arms over your head. Exhale, hands come down in prayer at the center of the heart. And then interlace the fingers and just circle out the wrists. You can go in a figure 8 shape or just in a circle. And then changing direction. Next inhale, reach your arms back up. Hook the thumbs at the top, then pull the thumbs apart to grow taller through the spine. Press the tops of the feet down, or press the soles of the feet down. Then keep pulling the hands apart as you begin to slowly bend into your knees. Come into a chair pose. Hips come low. Keep moving the shins back in space. Keep pulling the hands apart. Fingertips reach up, bum lowers down. Sit a little bit lower and a little bit lower. Legs are stable. And then slowly lower the bum down towards the floor till you come all the way down to sit. Release the hands, lower the booty down, and coming into Nirvasana. That's an option where a block can come in. And reaching the hands forward, lifting up the heart. Now either stay with the knees bent or straighten the legs. And we go for 5. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And lift. One last time. And lift up. Keep reaching the arms forward. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. We want to come back to the chair pose. So you can either roll off your back to gain some momentum, or you plant the feet down, shift your weight forward, then hook your thumbs once more, and then as smooth as you can, straightening the legs, coming all the way back up to stand. Exhale, circle the hands behind you, interlace the fingers at the base of the spine. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, fold over your legs, soft bend in the knees. Arms come over your head. And take one more breath in. Exhale, let the hands come down towards the floor, then take an inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, hands ground down, step the feet back, come into plank pose. And take a full breath in here. On the exhale, lower all the way down to the ground, knees are there if you need to. Kick back through the toes, inhale, cobra pose, peel the chest of the floor. Keep lifting the heart up, keep breathing. Maybe the hands float off the floor as well. Tops of the feet keep pressing down. Then plant the hands back down, push back over hands and knees, slide the toes under, find your downward facing dog. Continue to breathe. And the next inhale, roll forward through the spine, coming into plank pose. And then spin the heels over towards the right, lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. Side plank. Now either stay here or lift the left leg off, hovering it over the right leg, then bending through the left knee, left toe strip behind, wild thing, lift the hips up, reach the left arm forward. And then begin to circle the left hand down towards the ground. Bring both feet back down towards the floor and set the left forearm down onto the ground. Then spin the heels over towards the left, come onto the right fingertips, then step the right foot behind the left, reach the right arm up towards the sky. It's just like wild thing just on your left forearm. Next inhale, reach the right arm forward. Exhale, circle both hands down towards the ground. Come back towards center with your feet. Set both forearms down and then begin to tiptoe your way in, lifting the hips up high, coming into dolphin pose. Keep pressing the floor away. If you have pincha in your practice and you want to go further and you still have the strength for it, go for it. Otherwise, just stay here, lifting under the shoulders, lifting the hips up high. Take 2 more rounds of breath. You're upside down, slowly come back down, meet us in dolphin, and look in between your thumbs. Press into your palms. And see if we can lift both elbows off at the same time, coming back to downward facing dog. Good stuff. Then on the next inhale, reach the right leg up towards the sky. Draw the knee into the chest, and then step the right foot in between your hands. Lowering the left knee down towards the ground, keeping the left toes tucked under. Inhale, reach your arms up, crescent lunge. Reaching the hands up towards the ceiling. Grow longer through the spine. Take one more breath in. And then the exhale, bring the hands down towards your hips. Press into the right foot. Hover the left knee off the ground just an inch. And then bring it back down towards the floor. Inhale, lift it back up. Stay for a full round of breath. And then lower it back down. One more time, lift the knee up to hover. Draw the belly button into the spine. Next inhale, reach your arms back up. Exhale, twist towards the left, towards the right. Left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back. Now stay engaged in your legs. Slowly begin to lean forward. Bring the left hand down towards the ground. Right arm reaches up. Once the left hand touches down, straighten and power up through the left leg. Reach for the right fingertips. Take one more breath in. Exhale, bring the right hand down inside the right foot. Walk the hands around into Skandasana towards the back of your mat, bending through the left knee. And then find a height where you have control. So you can move up and down just an inch with fingertips on the floor, without. And then keeping the hips low, slowly moving towards the front of your mat, bringing the toes, the right toes pointing towards the front, fingertips on the ground, shift your weight into the right foot, left leg steps off, warrior 3. Keep the left toes wrapping down, maybe begin to slowly peel the hands towards your heart, extend through the crown of the head, lengthen through the entire spine. If you're wondering what's happening in the background, the monsoon season in Sri Lanka is just coming to an end and the rain for today is just starting. Take one more breath in. Exhale, both feet, both hands come down, fold forward at the front of the mat. And take an inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands recenter at the heart. And the next inhale, reach your arms back up. Exhale, fold over your legs, thighs move back in space. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale, hands ground down, step it back into plank. And take a breath in to prepare, keep the hips in line with your heart. And then on the exhale, lower all the way down, very slowly for 3, 2, and 1. Everything touches down. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Inhale, peel the chest off the floor. Maybe the palms lift off as well. Back body engages. Take one more breath in. Exhale, palms come down, press into your hands, shift back over hands and knees, slide the toes under, downward facing dog. Take a full breath here. Stay for the exhale. And on the inhale, roll forward through the spine, come into plank. Then spin the heels over towards your left, right arm reaches up towards the sky, side plank. Either stay here or lift the right leg up. Keep hovering it in space. And begin to bend through the right knee, gripping the right toes behind you. Wild thing, reaching the right arm over your head. Keep lifting out of the left palm. And bring your gaze down towards the floor. Circle the right hand back down to the ground. Then bring the right forearm to the floor. Spin your heels over towards the right. Stepping the left toes behind and then reaching the left arm up towards the ceiling, over your head. Wild thing on your right forearm. Bring the gaze back down to the floor. And circle back towards center, both forearms. Come down into the ground, keep them parallel. Then begin to tiptoe your way in. Dolphin pose, round 2. Lifting the hips up high. Keep lifting out of your shoulders, your forearms. Keeping the breath nice and soft. If you want to go further once more, go for it. Otherwise, continue to stay here and breathe. We're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you're upside down, come back towards dolphin, look in between your thumbs, then press into the palms, lift the elbows off the floor, back into downward facing dog. Next inhale, reach the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, draw it into the chest, and then step the foot in between your hands, lowering the right knee down. Keep the toes tucked under and then come up low lunge. Reaching the arms up towards the ceiling. Going taller through the spine. Keep pressing down into the left foot. And then circling the hands to your hips. Lifting the frontal hip bones away from the floor. Begin to hover the right knee off the ground, just an inch, take a breath. And then lower it back down. Inhale to lift. Stay for the exhale. Stay for the inhale. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. This time we hold. Inhale, reach your arms back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, twist towards the left. Right arm reaches forward. Left arm reaches back. And then as you begin to bring the right hand down towards the floor, left arm reaches up, easy twist. As the hand touches down, extend through the right leg, straightening through the thigh or by engaging the thigh. Take one more breath in. Exhale, both hands come down, walk them around towards the back, Skandasana, bending into the right knee. And then keeping the hips low. Finding an area where you can move up and down just an inch. There's a difference between range of motion and mobility. Range of motion is where you can go. Mobility is if you still have the strength to support where you are. Keep the hips low. Look towards the front and then pivot on the left heel. The left big toe points towards the front. Fingertips come down. Then step off with the right leg, warrior 3. Shifting your weight into the left foot and then drawing the hands towards the heart center. Keep extending through the crown of the head, extending through the right heel, drawing the shoulder blades back, taking one more breath in, and then exhale, fold forward, both legs, both hands come down, good stuff. And gripping opposite elbows, let the spine hang off your hips, let the head hang off your neck. Letting all this go. Letting it wash away. Take one more breath in. Exhale, let the hands come down to the floor and then heel toe the feet to the outer edges of your mat. As you slowly begin to bend through your knees, coming into your Malasana squat. And then hands come together at the heart, lifting up through the chest. Here for just 30 seconds. To build strength doesn't always need to be physical. To build strength can also mean to build mental resistance. Malasana squat is one of these poses where people arrive and as soon as they arrive they just want to leave. So building their strength and their endurance to remain in an uncomfortable position. Because one of the things that all the definitions of yoga have in common is that something is changing. And when things are changing, they're not forever. Just like this Malasana squat. Slowly releasing your booty down towards the floor, letting the hands come behind your back, setting up for reverse tabletop. Feet are parallel towards one another, press into hands and feet, lift the hips up. Drawing the shoulder blades together behind you, maybe gently rocking back and forth. Take one more breath in. And then on the exhale, lower the hips down close behind your heels. Take an inhale, lift up through the heart. Exhale, bend through your elbows. Keep the lift of the chest. Breathe into the front of the shoulders. Take one more breath in. And then straighten your elbows again. Lift up the hips to hover. Hover them all the way back in between your hands. Straighten your legs. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold over your legs. And then holding onto shins, ankles or feet. Keep flexing the toes back. Take a breath into the heart. Pull it forward. Exhale, fold over your legs. Keep straightening through the back body. moving the thighs into the floor. Take one more breath in. Stay for the exhale. And then slowly come back up. And as you begin to roll onto your back body, begin to bend your knees, bringing the knees behind your glutes. And setting up for a bridge pose. As you press into the soles of the feet, lift the knees, lift the hips off the floor. Knees are already off. Lifting the hips up, coming into bridge pose. Engaging the glutes. Shoulder blades slide together underneath you. If you have a wheel in your practice and you want to open up through the entire front channel and work a little bit more on shoulder strength, you know how to get to wheel, continue to go all the way. Otherwise, we're just staying in bridge. You can stay with your arms down by your side. You can hold on to the outer edges of your mat. You can also interlace the hands underneath your body, snuggling the shoulder blades together, lifting up the heart. If you've gone all the way to wheel, slowly come back down. If you're in bridge and you have the hands interlaced, let them part ways and then slowly roll down the spine one vertebra at a time, coming all the way back down, and opening your arms out wide in a T shape, bringing the knees over your hips, and then let the knees fall towards the right, coming into an easy twist. Right hand can go on the outside of the left thigh. Breathing into the spine. And then on the next inhale, come back to center. And change over to the other side. Continuing the journey of breath, joining your body with your breath, by directing your breath into the body, breathing into the spine, into the twist. And the next inhale, come back towards center. Tuck the knees into the chest, give yourself one final big squeeze. Big hug of gratitude. And then slowly begin to let the spine, the head come back down. Slowly extend the legs down into Savasana. Letting the arms come down by your side. Finding your final resting pose. Savasana, which means corpse pose. It's basically practicing death. It symbolizes the death of the practice, the end of that journey that we were on for the last 30 minutes. It gives you the permission to let go, the permission to soften through your entire body, soften through your heart, your breath, your mind. Savasana. Stay as you are for as long as you need. Savasana is a gift to yourself. It's a gift for all your efforts. So remain here as long as you have time for. For the end of this series and the end of this practice, I want to share a quote from you that is from Marcus Aurelius. And he says, "You are dead. Now go and live the rest of your life. Whatever happened has happened. You got the entire future in front of you, waiting for you to conquer it, waiting for you to make it your own." Thank you so much for being here, putting in effort, putting in time. And I hope to see you soon. Love and gratitude. Namaste.